Hey everyone, this is just a quick build guide. Now it's more aimed at people that don't want to use mods, but want to have bunk beds in their settlements. There's two ways: one where it's using the actual beds, and one where you make a wooden frame. Now what you want to do is, it's the easiest way is to place everything out first. Now the way I do it here is I show you with the two different posts. I use either the picket fence post or the wire fence post. So what you want to do is you want to get one bed and use the pillar to pick it up and sort of place it right on top, lining it up into place, and then just move it up slightly, sort of leaving a bit of a gap between the two ends of the beds. And again, using your pillar glitch, your concrete pillar, get one of the posts. Now, what I do is I line it up and I sort of get an idea of where the bottom of the post is just touching the ground and sort of work out how high it sits. And then use your concrete pillar to select all and just glitch it in. Now, I tend to try to put it towards the bottom of the bed and just fiddle around with it a little bit until you get it go green. As you'll see there, you can sort of just see that it's just touching. So on this one, I'll do the two ends different, just so you can sort of see how they look, and then you can make the choice. Again, just using the very bottom of the top bed and lining it up. Can be a little fiddly, but just a little bit of messing around and you'll get it. I did sort of think of using the other pillar, but no, I'll show you with the picket fence post as well. Now, one thing that you will need to sort of keep an eye on is make sure that the post is, especially these ones, are sort of straight to the pillar, because otherwise it makes it a bit more difficult to sort of see what you're doing. Now, with the picket fence posts, I tend to raise them up just a little bit higher. I actually put them in line with sort of the mattress on the top bed. I think they're a little bit taller than the wire fence posts, but doing it this way, they sort of sit at the right height. You'll see I grabbed the last one. Now, your settlers will be able to use these beds. You'll have to assign each settler to each of the beds. They won't automatically go and use them, but once you've assigned them, they will use them. So again, just lining it up. And as you can see there, I don't think that looks too bad. For someone that doesn't want to use mods in their settlements or in their game yet, this is another alternative. So as you'll see here, to pick them up and move them, normally you'd just be able to place the bed on a rug and move it that way. It doesn't work the same way as that. So what you'll need to do is use the select all. You can get it fairly close to the to a wall. You just need to be aware, sort of plan ahead on where you want them, or possibly try and build the bed inside the building if possible. So as you'll see here, we'll go up the hill a little bit to the little shack, and it's just more of an example on sort of how you'd place it into the building. And as I said, there was two types. Now this one's actually building your own frame for it. So again, make sure you've got all your pieces that you need. So basically it's two of the quarter floors on the bottom, and it'll be two of the quarter floors on the top. Again, using the pillar to pick them up, Now what I do is I actually end up going and using the wooden railings just to get sort of the height that I want. As you'll see here, go over to wood, miscellaneous. Now I don't think it really matters which one you use. I use the solid one just because it sort of looks high enough to be a bunk bed. And what I do is I pick up the other two floors and I just line it up with the very top of that railing, and then I just move it up slightly. So just get it so you're just seeing the edge of the floors. Now, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. If you're a bit pedantic, just fiddle around with it a bit more until you get it. But as you can see there now, just raise it up just a little bit. Doesn't need to be much. And then place it. And then just remove the railings. And then what you want to do is you want to use your pillar glitch, your concrete pillar on the posts again. You may get them in like that, but it's easy to just use the concrete pillar. Just move it around. I've just moving the frame a little bit just so that when I place the pillar down, because this way it actually, you can imagine that the bottom of the pillar, the bottom of the post is the legs of the bed. So again, basically doing it the same way, just lining it up right on that corner. Now I just have it sort of poking out a little bit, so lining it up with the bottom of the top layer and right into the corner. So just fiddle around, you will get it. Now again with the other three, again make sure that the post is sort of straight onto the pillar. Just makes it so you can see it a little easier. Now again, your settlers will use this. You will have to assign them. On the bottom that won't be such a problem, it's more the top. You will have to actually assign somebody to the top bunk, but they do use them. And basically at the end you just put a set of stairs on the end of the end of the bed and they will walk up them. Obviously you'll need to have them in a room where you've got enough height, but as you can see here, it won't sort of glitch in as well as it should because of the way I've actually got the bed. So just, you may need to fiddle around. I'm doing this all at Spectacle Island, so it's not exactly flat. Um, yeah, just fiddle around with it a little bit. Sometimes you'll need to move the pillar away from the post a little bit, but you will eventually get it in there. I'm trying to find my post. Huh? There it is over there. That's another reason why I sort of have everything out, because then you can sort of, you know you've used everything you need to do. You haven't forgotten anything sort of midway. So again with the last post, same thing, just line it up with the bottom. Now, when it comes to putting the mattresses on, what you want to do is you want to just use the rug glitch. As you can see there, if I go to place them, it actually glitches into the floor, the top section. So you can actually pick the rug, the mattresses up with the rug. Now, what you want to do is again use the pillar to pick up the rug. For some reason, it only uses the collision of the rug, not the item itself. So get your concrete pillar, same way you pick up anything else, and you'll notice that only the rug goes green. That's a good thing. Now, what'll happen when you raise it up and you go to remove the rug, the mattress will drop. What I'm doing is I'm just sort of lining it up so it sort of sits right. Now, raise it up just a little bit higher, because you'll see here when I remove the rug, the mattress dropped. Um, so if you're happy for it to drop into the floor piece at all, then just do it normally, but just raise it up that little bit more. It makes it look a little bit better. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is to know if you've got, to save stuffing around, to know that you've got the actual mattress on the rug. You'll see it sort of jumps up a little bit. Once it's done that, you do know that you've got it. And the same thing, using the pillar, raise it up just a little bit higher so that when you remove the rug, it doesn't sort of drop through the bottom. And normally I just try to line it up as straight as I can, and then it can take a little bit of messing around. It's a bit hard to sort of see what you're doing, but just keep an eye on it. Just raise it up slightly, and then when again remove the rug and see it drop down, but it looks like it's sort of sitting in the right spot. Now go back over to, you can use whatever stairs you want. I just use the wooden, the short wooden ones, and you can place it on anywhere you want really. I just do it at the end because I think it looks a little bit better. But as you'll see here, you can actually still use the beds, and your settlers will use them. So if that's helped anyone, please leave me a like and a comment, and I hope you all enjoyed it.